This is my flow challenge. Um, Hope you enjoy. Um, when did you first become a flow? Um, it's really like weird to explain. I remember hearing "Kiss with a Fist" on my friend's MySpace page. I can't remember what year it was. It was a few years ago. I remember hearing it and like, oh, this is pretty cool. Clicked onto Florence's like MySpace page, listened to some of their stuff. I really liked her. Um, and then kind of like I didn't really listen to them for a bit. Um, I listened to them occasionally, but I wasn't like a flow. And then my friend, like literally about 3 weeks later, was like, "Oh, I just downloaded this album called Lungs. It's by this band that I think you'd really like. They're kind of like the music that you're into." And it was like Florence. I was like, "Oh, I've heard this before. I've heard this before." And then like after that, I started listening to it a lot more. I listened to like the whole album. Started looking into her old like unreleased stuff, and then it started from there. I think I was in like year 9, maybe year 9 or 10, and that was about 3 years ago. So yeah, 3, 4 years ago. Yeah. Have you seen Florence the Machine live? Yes. Best nights of my actual life. I saw them the first time on March 13th of this year, and then no, not of this year, because it hasn't even been March 13th yet. Of last year, and then again in December. Literally incredible experience. Hang on, the questions have just gone off. Do you have a favourite? Do you have a favourite Florence and the Machine song, or one that has a particular personal or special meaning to you? My favourite song is Howl, just because it makes me want to like run around in the woods like naked and scream, and throw glitter and bang on drums and stuff. But one that has a personal meaning is probably Breaking Down or something. Yeah, Breaking Down, yeah. One like that. No, I don't know. All of them have like really personal meanings, but Breaking Down, like, I listened to a lot when um, stuff was happening like with me, and it was just like it was one of those songs where you just like listen to and you like you'd like depend on it, and it just really helped me through some stuff. Favourite Florence and the Machine memory. Oh, I think it was um, maybe at the gig in December, because we were like front row standing, and she was like literally like we were in the middle, so we were like she was literally like right in front of me, and I kept trying to put my hand out to her, and like there was one point when she was like trying to reach back for me, and I was like, oh my god, she couldn't reach though because there was like a massive gap between the stage and us, but that was it, and like oh, she looked into my eyes and we looked at each other and it was perfect, and it's the most brilliant moment of my life. I also tried to show her my tattoos. I was just like there at the front, just going like that, like the whole gig, just like. But she didn't see that. There's loads like when she retweeted me, that was like incredible. I have like screenshots of when she retweeted me. When Chris saw my tattoos as well. Meeting Chris, Tom and Rob as well. Catching Chris's drumstick. Oh my god, there's so many. But that all happened like at the one gig, except for the retweets. So yeah, they're my favourite memories. Do you participate in Between Two Books? If so, what is your favourite book so far? I do. Um, I didn't manage to read the last one just because I'm a student and I can't. I could not afford the book. I need to get on Amazon for the next one. I haven't bought the one that Florence is reading along with us. Yeah, but I'm quite a fast reader, so I'll be able to catch up. My favourite book. It's probably Opposed Positions. It's called Opposed. Oh no, something like that. Yeah, that's like been my favourite book. I've read that twice now. It was really good. I think that was the first one we did as well. Do you ship any Florence and the Machine members together? No. Well, it depends what you mean by ship them together. Like, I ship Florabella, but not in like. I'm gonna get a load of angry like Florabella supporters at me. I think I love them. Like I ship their friendship and I ship their closeness, but I'm not denying that they don't love each other. By the way, I'm just putting that out there. But if you or talking about flubber or whatever it's called, no, or flub or flam. That's one I've heard. Flam. Are you serious? You need a cold flannel. You need to sit down because I am not shipping Florence and Tom together. No. Have you ever had a Florence and the Machine? Can't even speak. Have you ever had a Florence and the Machine related dream? If so, what happened in it? I've had so many, and they really upset me because they're the most perfect things ever. And then when I wake up, it's just like, yeah, that weren't real. I think the best one I've probably had, the one that's like come into my head is like, I was at their gig, and we got there really early, and there was like hardly anyone there, and this was like Lungs era Florence, and we just chilled out. Like after the gig, she was like, "Oh, come backstage with me and Izza." I was like, "Okay," and we just chilled and hung out, and like we became like really good friends. I think that was it. I think it was just because we were so chilled out together. Lungs or Ceremonials. Both the albums themselves and general fear of the eras. Lungs is my favourite. Although Ceremonials, like, it depends what day it is and how I'm feeling. Like Lungs is like, if I'm just feeling like a random and I'm like, I don't know. Lungs makes me feel like really, really good, and Ceremonials makes me think about things. That sounds really weird, and like you can tell the difference in like Florence's maturity between each album. Like Lungs is just like I look at Lungs as like a scrapbook. I think it's like a scrapbook, and just like a load of like different ideas put into like one album, and then Ceremonials is just like. It's just like what Florence says. She's like Ceremonials is more of a complete sound, but Lungs is definitely my favourite, just because Lungs Florence is like the best person ever. Just fangirl about Flo for a bit. Also Izza. Also everyone else. I don't even. If I fangirl about Florence right now, I literally won't stop. Yeah, Florence is the most amazing person ever. So is Izza. Izza, oh my god. Okay, special mention for Izza because Izza is literally the most badass person in the world. She's so cool. She's just so naturally cool. I can't even deal with it. And Florence is just the most perfect human being that's ever walked this earth and probably will ever walk this earth. Fangirl about the other flows for a bit. The flows are literally like my family, I don't know, you're just the most amazing group of people, and like you're so kind and lovely, and like if I'm feeling shit, all I need to do it, like I know like a load you were like, oh just talk to me if you need to, and like I genuinely feel like I can, and that is just amazing because I don't even feel like I can do that with some people in my actual real life, and I only know some of you through Twitter. I don't want to like say names of flows because then other flows will be like, oh she doesn't love me. I love you all. I love you all. Okay, you are amazing. But I am aware that this video is kind of dragging on a bit, so I'm going to hurry up. Have you ever met Florence? If yes, fangirl about that please. This is mainly for you, Leah and Kiara. Okay. I've never met Florence, but I came very, very close to meeting Florence. We were at the gig, and this is when we met Rob, Chris and Tom. And Florence walked out, and she was literally like a metre away, and we were like, Florence, Florence, but she had earphones in, and she was really tired, so it doesn't matter. We met the guys anyway, and she was really tired. She looked so tired, and I was like, oh, go get some sleep, it's fine. Favourite Florence interviews and quotes. I should have looked at the questions before I actually started, because now I'm going to have to. My favourite quote, okay. It's one, it's a really long one, I can never remember it word for word, but Florence she's talking about like how she feels like that we're trapped inside our own body, and the only way we like trapped, I can't explain what it means, like the only way we can see the world is through our two eyes, and she's like our soul is trapped and the only windows we have are our eyes. It's something along the lines of that, but it's literally the most beautiful quote ever. And favourite interview, I don't know who it's for, but it's the one, she's in her Bat Lady outfit, and she tells the rest of them to shut up. Like, she says, "Shut up! I'm trying to do an interview," and they all start singing. It's amazing. I can't remember who it's for though. Add any questions of your own you want other flows to answer. Um, this is why I should have read these questions before I did it, because I've just had a brain, not a brain freeze, but my brain's just stopped working. Okay, if you could cook Florence one thing, what would you cook her? Random questions. How do you take your tea? This is the question that is made for me. How do you take your tea? Loads of milk and loads of sugar, a ridiculous amount of sugar. It's really bad for me, but my tea's awesome. What book are you reading at the moment? I'm reading I'm doing this face because I've read it before, but I'm reading it again for an English essay. I'm reading The Collector by John Fowles. Really, really good book, but it's just the fact that I've read it twice now, and I'm having to reread it for an English essay, so it's not as enjoyable. Do you have any pets? Yeah, I've got a dog called Louis. He's amazing. What is your favourite thing to have on toast? Jam. Opinion on bacon? It is literally, I literally worship bacon. And can I just say, someone told me to do a video of recording myself saying nip nips. So there you go. I'm ending this video with nip nips.